Hurry up!
Camouflaged figures walking through isolated farmland. A fairly typical sight on prime hunting grounds in New Zealand. But these pictures are anything but run-of-the-mill.
So I just broke down, I can't see their faces, but I can see them walking and they're all there. It was the best thing ever. It was like Christmas come early. And I really, really, really thought they would be coming home this time. And yet nothing has come of it.
It is the first confirmed sighting of wanted man Tom Phillips and his 3 missing children in nearly 3 years. Their encounter with pig hunters, a relief for the children's mother as proof her children are alive, and sparking a fresh police hunt. The latest chapter in a saga playing out in a remote part of Aotearoa. This is Marakopa. Population 69 people. It's an isolated rural community in the Waikato region of New Zealand. It's also the backdrop to the compelling saga of Tom Phillips, who vanished with his 3 children, evading police and becoming a modern-day outlaw. The case has gripped New Zealand.
Police continue to have concerns for the welfare of these children who have been missing since December 2021.
And almost 3 years after he first disappeared, the questions remain. How has Tom Phillips evaded police for so long? And where is he? Kiritahiri Beach, just south of Marakopa, is where the story of Phillips and his kids begins.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm Tom's uncle. Tom and his 3 children, Jada Phillips, Maverick Callum Phillips and Ember Phillips, were last seen by the family late on Saturday afternoon.
The family had not been seen for 2 days when their Toyota Hilux was found parked below the tide line at the beach, being battered by waves. The car keys had been left under the driver's side mat. This spot quickly became a focal point of national concern, sparking an intense and widespread search and rescue effort.
Straight away I said to the police, it's a decoy. I said, you need to be checking in that bush there, and that bush there, and that bush there, and they wouldn't listen to me. And their procedure was, this is their search area which is around the vehicle, so they didn't look anywhere else.
The search for the family was extensive, but no trace was found.
Well, there was concerns that some harm may have come to them, and that's, so it was never considered just they were out camping or anything, and that's why there was a search and rescue operation.
And it was quite an extensive operation, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. A lot of people on the ground, aerial searches as well.
The search was suspended after 12 long days, with authorities believing the family had likely been swept into the sea. But that wasn't the case. After 19 days, Phillips and his 3 kids just turned up at the family farm like nothing had happened.
Blown away. Very, very happy, but hard to, after such a long time and being braced for the worst, sort of resigning ourselves to the fact that we'll probably never see them all again. It's just amazing.
Philip's sister stated that he had wanted to clear his head, and he had been living in a tent 15 kilometres inland from the beach where his ute had been found.
There were court orders in place and he ignored them. Why did he have to take the kids to clear his head? He could have just left them and he didn't tell anybody, and he deliberately planted that vehicle on the beach to make it look a certain way. That was intentional.
Their return was met with bittersweet reception. With the cost of the search estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, Phillips was charged with wasting police resources.
Police completed their investigation. They laid a charge of wasting police time, and Tom was summoned to appear on that matter.
This photo marks the moment Tom Phillips disappeared for a second time. It was taken outside the court in Te Kuiti, a small Waikato town, on January 12, 2022. Members of the media were standing outside the court, waiting. It's where Tom Phillips was due to appear on charges of wasting police time.
He failed to appear on that, and a warrant to arrest was issued.
Is there any idea or thought that Tom may have used his first disappearance as a preparation?
Yes, certainly that goes into our thinking that could have been a warm-up effectively to what he ultimately has done now.
It was deja vu. Phillips and the kids were gone again, and everyone in Marakopa was talking about it. Rumours spread like wildfire around the small community, which became the focus of the manhunt. Police believe Tom was getting additional help to survive and evade authorities. The police search area covers a massive chunk of western Waikato. 400 square kilometres of dense bush, caves and sprawling farmland.
Is it better if I just sort of give you a map with a big red circle around it? It's huge. And I guess even with that, we get reports of sightings from all around the country, and we have to follow them all up, because as much as we can say we believe Tom and the children are within a certain area out in Western Waikato, you can't discount anything.
They even suspected he could be hiding on his family's sprawling farm in Marakopa, 551 hectares of paddock, which backed onto native forest and caves. But why was Tom doing this?
We believe it's over custody. I know there's been various opinions out there, including the fact it may be COVID related, but no, from our point of view, this is straight out about custody of the children.
Why do you think Tom has done something this drastic?
Because he thinks he's entitled. Because he thinks he's the be-all and end-all and nobody can tell him what to do. This is not right at all. They're just little kids. They're innocent. They do not deserve this. They're just pawns in his game, and that's exactly how he's using them.
And everyone has opinions about this. I've seen a lot of opinions where people just don't believe he's committed any offences and he's doing what's best for his children.
There was a lot of commentary online about Tom, about you, and about your family. What was that like?
It's devastating. These are people that don't know me, that don't know Thomas, that have never met my babies. Like, how can people be allowed to slander somebody continuously in such a public place? I just don't understand.
But everything we knew about this case was about to change again.
Yesterday, Waikato Police obtained a warrant to arrest for Thomas Callum Phillips in relation to an aggravated robbery in Te Kuiti from May this year.
In September 2023, police charged Phillips in connection to an armed bank robbery in Te Kuiti in May. He had an unidentified accomplice, believed to be female.
In May, we appealed for information after two people entered a bank on Rora Street, Te Kuiti, and demanded cash. Both were armed and fled the scene on a black farm-style motorbike.
During their getaway, a bystander heard Phillips tell his accomplice to fire the gun as locals attempted to approach them. Phillips was no longer just a man on the run with his children. He was classed as armed, dangerous, and unpredictable. A woman even claimed she saw Phillips and his 3 children soaking in the Waikato bush hot pools on June 2nd. Using a stolen ute, Phillips visited 2 hardware stores to buy supplies in August 2023. A member of the public recognised and confronted Phillips, leading to an altercation and a car chase between some locals and Phillips. In November, Phillips allegedly stole a quad bike and then broke into a shop with one of his children in Piopio. Despite multiple sightings and confrontations with the public, Phillips and his 3 kids remained elusive.
There's been a bit of a change in the police response. What's different about the approach you've taken now?
With his alleged offending and use of firearms, he's a concern to us in terms of being a risk to our staff and to the public.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Saunders, Acting Detective Inspector, Field Crime Manager for Waikato District. Today we have announced an $80,000 reward for information leading to the location and safe return of missing children, Jada, Maverick and Ember Phillips.
They also offered legal immunity to anyone who may be assisting the Phillips if they came forward. They received information overnight and set up checkpoints around Marakopa the next day.
There is quite a significant amount of information that our investigators have to now follow up and go through on. So there's some piece of information that I'm quite excited about, but it's just going to take time. And I'm just hopeful that some of that will lead to the return of the children.
Following the announcement of the reward, the mother of the 3 missing children, Kat, made her first public plea in an attempt to get her kids back. She released a video on the 11th birthday of her eldest daughter, Jada.
I'm standing here before you today, begging you for your help to bring my babies home. They are just innocent children. They do not deserve to be treated this way. They do not deserve the life that is being provided to them right now.
The recording was a raw, emotional appeal for any scrap of information about Jada, Maverick and Ember, her missing kids, who are at the heart of so many questions in this mystery. How are they being cared for and educated in this whirlwind of chaos? What kind of impact will this have on their lives? And when they are eventually found, where will they go?
It's been determined that custody now sits with Oranga Tamariki, and they have made arrangements for when the children are located as to where they will go.
How do you see this ending?
Hopefully with the safe return of the children and Tom being arrested and in custody.
If police are able to find Tom and the kids, do you have concerns about how he will react?
He's already shown his mindset, and it is scary because who might potentially get caught in the crossfire. So I can understand police caution, but it's got to stop. Many of you say that the children are fine, that they're being well looked after. How do you know? Have you seen them? Or is it just bush talk? What Thomas is doing is not okay. It is not okay to divide and conquer. It is not okay to isolate and control. It is child neglect. It is child endangerment. It is child abandonment. It is child abuse. None of this is okay. My babies deserve better. I'm just a mother standing here in front of the world, begging you all to help me bring my babies home.